Production in action.
Indonesia.
This meal of eating all together is called a botram, and it helps to kind of lean over so you can
No
get a lot of
chairs,
food
no
into your mouth.
forks.
Lama-lama ibu punya sambal pedas juga pinter.
Kan disuruh ibu, suruh spesial.
The flavors are just insane.
Mods, ban all Indonesians in chat. How many Indonesians?
Morning everyone, it's Mark Wiens with migrationology.com in Jakarta, Indonesia. Today, Ken and Gracia have invited Ying and I to go on a family trip with them to a place called Puncak.
200. Ban. I can love Indonesian
Tour
food.
traffic. We're still in the city, but it feels like countryside here. And our first stop, we are at a place that serves
That guy
laksa
look a little scary,
Like
actually.
countryside.
That's a little monkaas, honestly.
here. And our first stop, we are at a place that serves Laksa Bogor.
Apa ya?
Oh,
Bihun
not
apa
noodle.
ya?
Indonesia is
Okay.
safe.
Rice noodle.
Rice noodle.
Rice noodle.
Okay.
The one that I say the curd of the tempe, and it's been fermented.
Oh, so she puts rice cakes in the bottom of the bowl and then a bunch of bean sprouts
Nice.
and then rice noodles.
spicy.
And then after that, so that's the laksa curry sauce.
Doesn't look that
It looks
spicy.
very thick. That looks awesome. Oh, I think I can smell some ginger and maybe
Oh.
turmeric in there. That steam smells amazing.
What's going on here? She's so good.
I got my bowl of Laksa Bogor, and there are actually
That's
rice
the
cakes
one
on the
dollar.
bottom, plus then noodles, and then she added in a bunch of bean sprouts and some vegetables, and then she topped it with some other seasonings, and then added in the curry sauce, and then on the top is some shredded coconut, which has been
How
been
can you
cooked,
be
stir
poor
fried,
in
oh
this
deep fried.
country? The
Oh,
food
okay.
is so cheap.
Oh, that is wonderful. It has a really fragrant ginger, maybe ginger and lemongrass kind of flavor to it. And then also that coconut. The coconut really comes in nicely. Oh, that's nice. It's kind of like a sweet herbal flavor. Okay, they also have some sambal which you can add. I'm gonna try some of this sambal. And I think that is a rice cake on this bite. Yeah, that is a spicy sambal actually.
It's
Oh, yeah.
stealing Paulo's reaction.
It's spicy and a little bit sour. And then it's very popular to eat the kerupuk, which are crackers with the curry. And so I've reached the bottom of the bowl, and you can dip it into all that rich coconut milk curry sauce.
Orang makanannya chicken gimana sih?
Oh, that is good. The cracker is really crispy, but then it just kind of soaks up all of that curry sauce. That was really good, and a much different type of laksa, much different mixture of ingredients than any other type of laksa I've ever had in Malaysia or Singapore. Hello. We just drove down the street just a couple minutes, and we are at our next food stop, which serves, it's called toge goreng, which is fried bean sprouts, but it is some kind of interesting dish that is very famous from right here. They are cooking over a wood fire, and then there is a big bowl full of bean sprouts. Okay, so he first grabs some rice cake.
Where is the burger?
And then he's gonna go in for some, he chooses some of the bean sprouts from the boiling water there, so puts them onto the rice cakes. Oh, and then he's just grabbing a handful of noodles, just quickly blanching them, and then into the bowl. And then he dumps out all of the water. And then on, I think that's some tofu. And then he goes on with some, I think it's
Tofu.
soybean sauce. Oh, and
And
something
there
in a
is
Heineken
that
bottle.
Asians, soy on everything.
These guys are so good at what they do that I bet they could make this entire dish with their eyes closed. They do it so rhythmically and so expertly. I just got my bowl of the dish, and although the name is fried bean sprouts, it's actually not fried at all. It's boiled bean sprouts or just blanched bean sprouts with a bunch of different ingredients. And then they also served some sambal in the spoon. So I will just sort of mix it around. I guess I gotta try some of those bean sprouts and then some of the rice cake.
That looks spicy.
Oh yeah, it has a very unique flavor. I think from that fermented bean sauce. Yeah, it has a little bit of a fermented flavor to it, definitely. Kind of not quite cheese, but starting to get to the cheese flavor. And then it's kind of sweet and salty at the same time as well. And then those bean sprouts are really crisp, but then you've got pieces of soft rice cake and silky soft tofu as well. That's a very interesting mix. I think most are didn't even know.
The long one is jomro.
And it's deep fried, some kind of cassava fritter.
Bulldog having 2 wives is not haram in Islam. I guess Marcy and Hoodwink can be your beautiful wives.
That is really crispy and then kind of gooey on the inside. And in the middle is, I think it's soybean, right? It looks like minced meat, but it's actually soybean. Oh, that's delicious. This one is supposed to be the sweet one called misro. It tastes kind of like honey, but it's palm sugar. And now having some coconut water and coconut meat straight from the coconuts. These are young coconuts, so the meat is very soft. And I think these came from a tree right around here somewhere. Coconut is one of the greatest things in the world. Oh, that's just pure, buttery coconut. And it's not too sweet, but
Someone
so
please patch
creamy,
this man
buttery.
with the ability
Go
to
to a
blink.
place where they are harvesting honey.
He doesn't blink. Why don't
We just took about a 15-minute drive from the house to an area that is home to a bee farm, and this area is famous for honey.
Is she here? Oh my God, the chicken's so strong. Feed them, please.
At first we walked through the village, but now we are really getting out here into the rice paddies and into the mountains in a valley. It is gorgeous. Walking past the river. Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Lots of friendly people. Yeah. Wow. And even the air is much cooler and not nearly as humid. There's a mountain breeze. I'm loving it.
It will taste so much better after the walk.
Oh wow.
Bapak ini belum di itu. Coba kalau nelpon kan di itu.
The owner is not.
Iya.
He's sick.
Dia sakit mana?
Tapi bapaknya lagi sakit.
Mana tahu bisa jalan dia. Ya.
Ini nih masih ada isinya.
Tadi
The bees
Kalau
look
pelan-pelan
so
digigit
funny.
sih Bu.
Itu madu.
Tuh, madu tuh.
Tuh, itu madunya tuh.
oh itu
ya.
madunya.
Tuh yang di dalam yang putih itu.
Yum, yum.
Ih, lucu banget.
Oke.
Ini kacang panjang Bang Bin. Iya.
Bu, istri bu. On his leg.
Digigit.
We got a good look at the bees,
His
but unfortunately the
signature move is
beekeeper
tilting
is
his
not
head
here.
sideways and
Oh, there's
closing
a bee.
his eyes after a bite.
We made it back to the village. I think we're gonna drive back to the house now, and I think it's time for lunch.
Aja kalau makan pengennya apa gitu kan.
Yeah.
Yes, it's okay.
Rame-rame tangan banyak.
Sambal masih ada nggak sambal? Sambal.
There's a fly.
Sambal apa itu? Sambal petai udah.
Oh, wow. Oh, patay. With sambal.
I'd eat it. Very hot.
We just arrived back to the house and we are sitting down for a Sundanese feast, which is food from this region. This meal of eating all together is called a botram, and they put down a couple banana leaves and then just spread rice out into the entire middle, just filling the middle of the banana leaf. And then there are side dishes all around. This is incredible. Yeah, so all the rice is here in the middle, and so you can grab some rice to put onto your portion of my portion of the banana leaf right here. And I just took a couple of these are jengkol beans, which are similar to stink beans, and I really love jengkol beans. I'm gonna take a bite of that immediately. Oh, terima kasih. Oh, she is serving me some of the banana flower curry.
New experience also for us.
I love jengkol. Oh, that's like a giant stink bean. Because it's cooked, it's kind of a sticky texture. If you eat them raw, they're crisp. Oh man, that is marvelous. How is it, man?
I heck, I love
It's one of the
marble.
best thing on earth, man.
Yeah, I agree.
When people say it's stinky, I don't get why.
Kamu pakai kamera kamu kan, kamu sendiri kan.
This one is the banana blossom with some shrimp. Oh, and that rice is really good as well. That rice, there are little fish. I don't know if you can see, but there are little fried fish all mixed in with the rice. And that gives it a really wonderful fish fragrance.
I'd eat it.
Oh, thank you, man. Is that bamboo shoots? Oh, okay. Oh, terima kasih.
Ginger. Yeah, bamboo shoot. Oh, ginger.
Ini ganjar?
Terima kasih. I'm gonna grab some of this sambal.
Oh, this one.
Oh, yeah.
Dari mana? Lencak.
Oh, pea eggplants, okay.
Apa ininya?
The way the rice is prepared with bay leaves and with spices, and is there coconut milk in it too? No coconut milk.
No.
Okay, so it's just spices and
Bit of
herbs inside the rice. It's called nasi liwet, and
They put dried fish.
oh yeah, and that's with the dried fish as well. The little crispy dried fish. And this entire meal is ridiculously
Looks
good.
like
I've got
me
so many
taking
things
a
going on.
Taco Bell
I dug
shit
into this
forehead.
piece of ayam bakar grilled chicken. There's a fried catfish, and so many different types of sambal as well. Oh man, it's just
It's good.
insanely good. How much food you ate.
Dessert.
There's a hook attached to it, and he has a little piece of shrimp or something on the hook, and then he puts that string down an eel hole and just waits and hopes it bites, I think.
Bamboo shoots are
And he
hiking.
already has a couple of them.
Segigit aja.
You got any YouTube? If this man ate little dog shit, he would close his eyes, smile, and shake his head side to side. It can be good though.
Is that good or not?
Yeah, it's good.
Is that a pear?
Just this part. But this one is nice.
Ooh, look at that.
Wow, pink.
Udah tua itu mah.
We are walking through the rice field searching for some pomelo. The full pith on it, and then this is the fruit inside. It's actually, the actual fruit inside is quite small,
Jesus.
almost like an orange size on this one. And you typically the skin is so thick that it's hard to eat, so you peel off all the pith
Rip the
and
skin off?
then you just eat all of the fruit inside. Oh. That's sour. But
Didn't
fruit
kill the duck.
just started raining. But you just go through with your plate and choose the different items that you want. The dishes are all prepared, but with steam, a mixture of different ingredients open that flavor. Oh man, maybe it's that bay.
Nice.
nila ay